Hello, my name is David Kirkhart, Mr. Kirkhart. Kids tell them they call me Mr. K. Mr. Kirkhart, I'm all good. I have the pleasure of joining Rigetti this year, and I just wanted to do this short little video introduction since we didn't get to do our back to school tonight. And so, I'll just tell you a little bit about myself and get into the class a little bit. It's funny. I am actually a second generation teacher. My parents are both teachers, now retired. And I originally came from Fresno, California, and went there, born and raised there. And I left Fresno when I came here to the Central Coast, and I went to Cal Poly in San Luis Obispo. So while I was there, got to have fun, got to have a lot of experiences, stuff like that. But I got to do different majors for sure. So I got to understand kids' different point of views in that sense. I was mechanical engineering for a little while, and then did electrical engineering. I did all the math required for that major before I switched over to biology. So my undergrad, so I finished with this undergrad in biology and dual undergrad in biochemistry. And then I went back to engineering for doing bioengineering. So I got to do a bioengineering program, and that was very interesting. I got to play with like artificial muscle and things like that. It was very interesting. But granted, it's been 20 years since that happened. But anyway, after that, I went off to work in environmental testing lab in San Luis Obispo. And I worked there for a couple years, getting different experiences, and figured out, ended up not wanting to do that. A friend suggested I try teaching because he wasn't teaching at the time. So I should try it. So I went and tried teaching part-time at Cuesta, and I loved it. And so I've been there ever since. I'm still technically with them part-time. I teach one class one night a week for them. For Cuesta, I've done anything from anatomy, in the lab, physiology, a little bit, some micro, physical science, chemistry, human biology, and life science. And I've also taught at Cal Poly part-time for about a year and a half, doing chemistry for majors and non-majors. And then about 6 years ago, I decided to go back to school, and I got my credential. So I got my credentials in biology, chemistry, and math. And since then, I taught at Santa Maria High for about 1 year, and it's for my student teaching, a little 1-year contract. And then I went to studying as charter, and that was a 5th through 8th grade science and engineering. And then I got to come back to Santa Maria and taught at St. Joe's for a couple of years, teaching their math and some ag bio. And then past that, I went up working at a school called Olive Grove Charter School. That one of their centers is down the road here over in Orchid. And I taught for them, did the biology, physical science, and math for them. And now I have the pleasure of coming here to Rigetti. So I'm excited to be here and teach math for these wonderful kids and get to know them. I know it's a little difficult with this format, this distance learning, but I'm doing the best trying to make it as good as I can for them, as painless as I can for these kids, and want them to feel good about the material and be successful, of course. And about that as well is for the class. All I was suggesting for them to get is good old little simple notebook. Doesn't have to be much, nothing fancy. And I mean, I got this thing for I think about $1. You can get them cheaper, I believe, certain places, but it doesn't have to be anything fancy. You just need some pencils, maybe a pen, and some highlighters to put on there. I like to do notes. And then every week, the kids will start off our class with whatever the class they are on either Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. And they'll be watching a short lecture that I record, taking notes on it. Then they'll come back into class and say, like, see, Mr. K, here's my notes I did for the lecture. And then they'll start doing the classwork for it. That's tied to that to help them expand and get more practice. Then past that, they'll go back and do a second short lecture, or watch a second one rather, and take notes on that and do the second tied classwork. So ideally looking at them to finish up everything and be successful, right? Practice, right? Someone be there to help them through all this. And on Mondays, we'll be doing like a short quiz. And this coming Monday, they'll have a short one that I'm going to give them the week to do it just because it's new for everyone. Plus, we're having a lot of well, technology figure out. So I want to be as understanding for all of your situation as well as your student situations as best I can. And so if you're ever wanting to, I'm more than happy to talk to you, on phone, email, messages, whatever, because this is a crazy world right now, and I want to try and help everyone as best I can. And even when normal face to face, I love doing that as well. Just want to try and do it more so these days because it's not a normal world right now, and I'm trying to help as best I can, whether it's for math, whether it's I can help the kids if they want any help with science. I know we got some great science teachers here too, but if we got extra time or just sometimes want to talk about random things, sometimes gets their mind off things. So talking about movies, music, different things like that if they like, or video games if they like. And so please, if there's ever anything you guys want to just reach out, talk, say hi, I'd be more than happy to do so. I love to hear from you, get to know you guys a little better. And I can't wait to work with your kids more and help them feel really good about math. Thank you very much for your time, and hopefully you have a wonderful day.